Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the #1 Vikings fan extraordinaire, Adam Boyer. Thank you so much for coming back, watching this video, and watching the channel today. Please don't forget to subscribe and help us grow to 1,000 subscribers by 2023. We're almost to 100 now. Today, we are going to, as promised, discuss whether or not the Washington football team should trade for Deshaun Watson. With all that said, let's get right into the video. Deshaun Watson did just a couple years ago sign an extension with Houston through the 2024 season, and it is pricey. In total, he's guaranteed a minimum of about $45 million, and he's likely going to make a lot more money than that.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
So, Washington is going to have to find a way to, they'll obviously offer him a long-term contract, multi-year, but they're going to have to find a way to pay him that. Texans, could they maybe take some of his, or pay some of his salary? Yeah, maybe. That's kind of iffy because the Texans do have cap room, but they've also got some of the most dead cap in the entire league. And so the chances of them actually paying some of it is not great when they're already giving us a franchise quarterback. So should Washington even get him, and does he want to leave Houston? I think everyone knows, yes, Deshaun Watson wants out of Houston. Very unlikely he's ever going to come back and play for the Texans again. Texans fans, yes, you can cry.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that?
As far as Washington goes, though, yes, I think they need to trade for him, you know, if they're not going to draft a guy or trade for Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, whom I have discussed and will discuss in earlier and future videos. The Russell Wilson one should be released maybe Friday, and then Rodgers obviously was released back on Monday. So, with all that said, you should check those out. There should be a little card appearing here with the off-season playlist, and the videos about them will be there as soon as they're up. And so you can go and see all of the Washington off-season videos right there. Anyway, so Washington, I think, is lacking a true franchise quarterback to take them to the Super Bowl, and I think Watson could do that. He has all the great physical ability. You know, he can run around. His legs are awesome. He can throw the ball deep. He's got a great arm. He doesn't make many mistakes. He's got the mental toughness for the game. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. He's just an ideal quarterback. And if Washington can get their defense fixed up a bit and get all their quirks figured out like they did kind of toward the second half of this year, and they can play a full season of good football and maybe get another weapon or two on offense through the draft and or free agency, then this team could be scary, especially also if they improve the offensive line. With all that said, let's get down to some hypothetical trade scenarios. And I want to note that in these trade scenarios, we are going to be hoping that and assuming that all Watson's legal trouble is done with, as it looks like it might be soon. And so let's hope that that does happen, and that's what we're going to assume for these scenarios. Trade scenario number 1 is that the Texans give us Watson and pay part of his salary. Now, this would be the most pricey scenario for Washington. I mean, in terms of like draft capital and stuff, not in terms of actual money, obviously. But they can give our first round pick this year, which is the 11th overall pick, 2022 this year as well, 3rd and 4th round picks, and a 2023 first rounder, and a 2024 first rounder. Watson's going to be pricey by himself, but especially if the Texans do pay part of Watson's salary, then it's going to be, it's going to be pricey for them. So this would be, I don't know. I wish they would pay part of the salary because Washington really can't be spending too much money. They don't have that much. But at the same time, I mean, this is a lot of draft capital to give up. So you kind of have to weigh that. And in these next two scenarios, which we're about to discuss, it's just going to be the Texans giving us Watson. It's not going to be them paying anything. Trade scenario number 2 is where they give us Watson. We give them the first round pick this year, a 4th round pick this year, and a 2023 and 2024 first round pick. So basically the only difference in this one is the Texans don't pay any of Watson's salary, and then we get to keep our 3rd round pick in this year's draft that way. And we could honestly use that pick as well. So that's a very possible scenario. Or, lastly, the Texans give us Watson. We give them the 11th overall pick and just 2023 and 2024 first-round picks. And before you get too excited, Washington fans, it's not just that. Those are all the picks we have to give, and I don't mind this scenario. We'd also give them Chase Roulier, our center. The Texans are in big need of offensive line help. Their only reliable offensive lineman as of now is Laramie Tunsil, and I think this could be a pretty good trade. You know, Chase Roulier, he hasn't been super great, but he hasn't been subpar either. He's been about average, and the Texans, for them, average is quite the upgrade. So, I think this is a great trade. Washington did just extend Roulier last year, but it wouldn't be that bad of a dead cap hit. So I can see this happening, and frankly, I think this is one of the more likely scenarios if they are going to trade for Watson. So yeah, those are the trade scenarios. I already gave you my analysis, pretty much, quick analysis as to whether or not I think Washington should try to trade for him. And yeah, if they don't try to trade for those other 2 guys and maybe draft a quarterback, I don't know about that one. That's a little bit more risky. But yeah, I think this would be well worth their time, their money, their draft picks to pursue this. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers by 2023. We're almost to 100 now. So if you'd help us subscribe, help us reach that, and then 1,000, that would be very much appreciated. Please like the video if you enjoy it and share it with someone else you know that you think might also enjoy it. And yeah, help spread the word about the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I am the Vikings fan, and I am out of here.